Hello and welcome to Yoga with Dagny. Today we're going to work on our balance a little bit. Not only our physical balance, which we will work on, but also, a reflection on balance in our life. Like, are we balanced in our work and our play and, do we have a sense of balance in our life, between activity and rest? And maybe where could we find a little bit more balance? So let's just open up to that. I can see in my hips that I'm not quite balanced. So I'm going to work on that too. So let's begin in a cross-legged pose. Trying to reach our feet beneath our knees and just landing here in our practice together. And maybe just settle your eyes closed for a moment. Land in your seat. Feel your sitting bones as they're touching the earth. Feel your thighs reaching down and the edges of your feet reaching down, connecting to the earth. And from that rootedness and connectivity to the earth, feel an upward lift through your spine, reaching your crown up to heaven. And just take your hands to your heart and gently bow your head to your heart. Connecting in there for a moment and just reflecting on that. To find balance in your life, what do you need more of? What would you want to draw more of into your life? More rest, more play, more fun. Maybe you need more work to bring balance. Maybe you need more discipline. Whatever it is that would bring a deeper balance to your life, take a moment to call that in. Maybe it's more connection to your spirit or your spiritual practices. Maybe it's more time with friends or loved ones. Maybe it's more time alone or in nature. Whatever it is for you, just see yourself inviting that in and see yourself beginning to find that deeper balance in your life. And then raising your head, opening your eyes. Let's draw it in with a couple of breaths. Drawing in what it is that we need, exhaling it down through our mind and opening our heart to it. A couple more breaths like that. And then just take a moment and lift your heart and just creep forward. Creep forward to stretch your hips a little bit. I was noticing my hips were a little tight today. So just take a little creep forward. Yes. And inhale to come on up. And just change that cross of your legs for a moment. And let's just inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, let's roll our belly to the left for a little twist. And deep breath in. And exhale back to the center. And we'll balance it out with the other side. Inhale up. Rolling belly opposite direction. Big breath in. Exhale back to the center. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, creep forward, long, straight spine, stretching the hips in this direction. Breathing right into any tightness. I feel it in my outer glute area. So wherever you're feeling it, letting that breath move in and soothe any tightnesses you have. Good. And then we'll inhale to come on up. Good, and let's exhale our legs out for a minute. Just open up our adductor muscles where our liver channel is, right up the inner leg. Put your hands behind you and scoot yourself forward a little bit and lift your chest up. See if you can get your toes floating up to the ceiling. Good, and then let's just inhale the arms up and exhale, twist. Big breath in, exhale, center. Inhale up, exhale, revolve the other way. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, back to the center. Good, and then Baddha Konasana legs, bottoms of your feet together. Just rock from side to side, right from your core. Good, and then coming into balance, equal from side to side. Maybe walk your sitting bones a little closer to your heels and lift your heart and chest. Good. Take a couple of breaths into your Baddha Konasana. Good. And then inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, let your elbow points come forward toward the top of your mat, opening the armpits a little bit and just breathing. Good. And then we'll inhale up and exhale, legs straight forward. Let's just do a forward fold here too. Sweeping the arms out and up with a big breath. Exhale, forward fold. Reach toward your toes or your ankles and inhale and lift the chest and get tall. Exhale, just pull yourself forward any amount. Just waking your hamstrings up for this practice. Good, and then inhaling to come up. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. What we're going to do first is we're going to make ourselves into like a little ball and we're just going to roll. So think about being as round as you can and then coming down and back up. And we'll just do that a few times. Kind of, maybe you said you needed more play in your life. If so, this is your golden opportunity to be like a ball and play. So just rolling, not to mention the fact that when we're doing this, we're actually lubricating our spine. And if you're anywhere over 40, we need it. So a couple more of these if you can. If it hurts and is not fun, you don't have to do it. So from here, I'll show you from the side. We're going to kind of hold onto your shins, tip back and lift your chest. And then we're going to see if we can find balance on our tailbone area. And we're just going to lift our shins till they're parallel with the earth and lift our arms out to the side, Ardha Navasana. So the chest needs to stay lifted. You don't want to hunker like that. You want to keep your chest lifted and open like that and breathe. So just take a couple breaths here. Good, and then just putting the feet down, coming on up. We're gonna put those two things together. So we're gonna slide back, over, up, and Ardha Navasana. And back, over, up, Ardha Navasana. And a couple more times. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And then from there, coming cross-legged and just creeping forward. Once you're creeped forward here, walk your hands over to the left for a little stretch and rest your head. Good. On your next exhalation, come back to the center and rest your head. Inhaling, lengthening, and then walking opposite side. And rest your head. And back to the center. And rest your head. Good. And then inhaling to come on up. Excellent. All right. So next we're going to stand up and work on some balancing. Standing up. So let's see here. This is about not quite right. All right, so first, we're just gonna come into Tadasana pose. So put your feet together. When we put our feet totally together, the big toe mounds together, the heels together, this can be a balance challenge for people in general, just having our feet together in Tadasana. So pressing the four corners of your feet down into the earth, big toe mound, little toe mound, and both edges of your feet. And then stretch your toes forward and your heels back and come fully into your feet. Let your inner thighs slightly roll back and let the flesh of your buttocks reach down to your heels, coming strongly into your legs. Good. And from there, feel a lift up through your kneecaps, a lift up through your hip points, a lift up through your heart. Let your chest become broader and let the energy come down through your hands. Good. And then just externally rotating your hands a little bit more so you're turning them out. Inhale them up, Urdhva Hastasana. Good. And then as you're reaching down through your feet, through the four corners of your feet, you're lifting up through the kneecaps, hip points, heart, and fingertips. There's a downward action in your shoulder blades. Your buttocks are reaching to your heels. And you're breathing. Deep breath. Deep breath in. And then let's just exhale and let the arms come slowly out to the sides. Good. And then inhale your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale them down and back a couple of times. Good. Then from here, we're going to really reach down through our right foot as best as you can and just lift your left one up and see if you can just find your balance on one leg, just like this. It helps to gaze ahead at eye level at something that's not moving. And if you've got that, then just kind of turn the leg out and you can rest your foot at your opposite ankle. And just see if you can find balance between your hips, equal to side. A tendency is for this hip to lean out, so think about drawing it in and up. Good. If that's comfortable for you, see if you can raise the foot up to your calf. So you don't want it on your knee, but maybe at the calf. Good, and then bring the arms out to the side, roll the palms open, and inhale the arms up. Maybe clasp the hands together, point your index fingers, and reach up. Vrikshasana tree pose. Take a couple of breaths there in your balance. You can always stand by a wall for this if it's hard to keep balance. And then exhale, release the arms, release the legs, and shake out the standing leg. Good. Whew. Then reaching down into your Tadasana feet again. This time we're going to reach down and root down through our left and just see if we can lift up the right and just find balance here. Try to level the hips. Keep the breath moving. And then can you externally rotate it out to the side and maybe bring the foot to the opposite ankle. Good. Hips stay nice and level. Let's bring the hands in front of the heart. Clasp the hands uncustomarily and point your index fingers. Maybe you can bring the foot up to the calf. Draw in on this outer hip if you can, and then inhale your arms up. Good. As you're pressing down into your standing leg foot, you're lifting up through the arms, and you're trying to find the balance between rooting and rising. So rooting down and rising up simultaneously, stretching yourself out and finding the balance between your inhalation and your exhalation, allowing them to be even and smooth, traveling in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next exhalation, you can release the arms, release the leg, and shake out your standing leg. So next, if that all went well, you can either do the same thing again, or if that all went well, we're gonna lift the leg higher, okay? So we're gonna lift up our left leg higher. So your knee is at the height of your hip. And then you're gonna bring it out to the side, lift it even higher, and see if you can place it on your thigh. So you don't want the foot on the knee, you want the foot above the knee or below the knee. And then we're gonna see if we can drop this hip down. We're gonna try to find balance between our two hips, trying to find levelness and balance there. Good, and then hands to the heart center, index fingers pointed, steeple grip. We're gonna inhale our arms up again. Good, and then again, finding the balance between rooting down and rising up. And breathing, stretching yourself out. Deep breath in and exhale, release. And release the foot. Shake out your standing leg once again. Second side. Reaching down through your standing leg, just try to bring that knee up to the height of your hip once again. Go ahead, take it out to the side. Get hold of your foot, trying not to let this hip go out. You're sucking it in and up. And then placing that foot right on the side. Gazing ahead at eye level at something that's not moving, finding an evenness in your hips, a levelness in your hips. Uncustomary clasp of your hands this time. Inhale up. Ooh. Breathe and root to rise. Equal pressing down through the foot and lifting up through the hands. Broadening through your heart space and throat and forehead and hips. And breathing. Equal in the inhalation and exhalations. Big breath in. Exhale, release arms, release the leg, and shake out the standing leg. Good. Okay, so next I'm gonna take my chair and I'm gonna do a little work with, so if your hamstrings are tight, you might wanna use the front of the chair. If you're so inclined and feel able to, you can use the back of your chair. I'm gonna put this on my chair, this cloth, because my chair back is metal and a little bit, doesn't feel good. So I'm going to find Tadasana again. I'm gonna lift up my left leg and I'm just gonna bring my heel forward onto my chair. And then I'm gonna work on leveling my hips. So I'm a little bit close. You wanna get it so that your heel lands, on your chair, because that feels a little bit more comfortable than the ankle. And then look how high this hip is. I'm going to work on dropping this outer hip down and lifting my chest up as much as I can and finding my balance here. I'm going to try to be strong in this standing leg. And then I'm going to bring my arms out to the side and roll my palms up. And then I'm going to inhale them up and breathe. I'm going to keep dropping my outer left hip down and I'm reaching out through my heel, my lifted leg heel. And I'm breathing. Good. And then I'm going to release my arms. I'm going to just lift that leg up, see if I can balance there for a moment. and release. And then we'll do the second side. So reaching down, rooting down through my left foot this time. I'm gonna just lift my right one up, leveling my hips to begin with, and then reaching out to my heel. To the chair seat or back, depending on your hamstring flexibility today. And then I'm dropping my outer hip. I'm lifting up through the standing leg hip. I'm finding balance between my hips. Both legs are straight and strong. This time I'm going to clasp my hands out in front of me and press my palms out. Keep lifting through the chest, breathing, and then inhaling the arms up. And then I'm going to work on that rooting down through the standing leg, dropping my outer right hip down, lifting up through my palms as I reach down through my foot and out through my lifted foot. Deep breath in, exhale, release arms, and then lifting that leg up, find your balance for a moment and release. Good, and that should be opening your hips up quite nicely. All right, so next, I'm just gonna move my chair over here so you can see. I'm gonna work on doing this out to the side. So I'm gonna find a strong external rotation through my leg. It might take me a minute to find the proper distance to my chair, but I'm gonna lift up and I'm gonna reach my heel out to my chair, back. And then I'm gonna work on my alignment here. So I need to reach, I'm gonna need to drop this hip quite a bit. And I'm gonna need to lift up on this one a bit. And I need to roll this leg open toward the ceiling. And lift my chest, level my hips, bring my arms out to the side, roll my palms open, and inhale my arms up. And reaching down through my foot, out through this leg, up through my arms. Deep breath in, and then I'm gonna exhale, release my arms, bend, and release my leg. Second side. Just gonna put my chair over here. And find my external rotation to begin with, lift my leg up, and trying not to touch the window or the wall. I'm gonna try to find that right distance from my chair with my balance, and then begin to straighten my leg. I'm gonna begin to drop this outer hip down, roll this thigh open. This lifted leg heel should be in line with my standing leg arch. And then I'm gonna interlace in my uncustomary way, press my palms out and inhale my arms up. And just breathe. Deep breath in, stretching my shoulders. Exhale, release hands to heart. Bend the leg, lift it up, and release. And now my hips are starting to feel pretty open. So that's really nice. All right, so next, this is what we're gonna do next. So I'm just gonna turn this chair back this way so you can see. I'm going to see if I can do it from the front first, so you might be able to see. First, I'm just gonna come to my hands on the chair. And my hips are right above my feet. From here, I'm gonna see if I can just reach down to my forearms and just drop my head for a moment and stretch my hamstrings. So I'm just gonna rest my head a little bit. I'm reaching down through my feet, I'm lifting up through my kneecaps and my hip points, and then I'm gonna lengthen my spine and look forward. From here, I'm gonna lift up this back leg. Yeah, you know, I'm noticing it doesn't, you can't really see what I'm doing from that direction so good. So I'm gonna show you this way. So here I am lengthening my spine. And I'm gonna lift up my back leg. So what happens here is this leg gets a little weak. So I'm gonna lift it up short and this lifted leg wants to kind of fly up this way. But I'm gonna think about turning my inner thigh of this lifted leg up toward the ceiling, like so. So that my pinky toe of my lifted leg points down to the earth. Once I have all of this established as best I can, I'm gonna just come maybe first to my fingertips and then maybe bring my hands to my hips. Whew, and breathe, of course. Maybe just lifting the leg is enough, and that's great. But then you're gonna release that leg. You're gonna inhale, grow your spine, and exhale, rest your head. Let go, maybe let the hands drop. Couple of deep breaths here and a forward fold. Then pressing into your feet. We're gonna bring your hands to your hips, inhale up with a long straight spine, and roll your shoulders out. Good, second side. Coming first here, feet together, chest long, coming down to the forearms. Good, look forward. Then we're gonna root down through, I'm rooting down through my right leg and I'm letting my left one float up. Good, so it's floated up, my hip's going up too much, so I'm gonna dial my pinky toe down. I'm gonna reach out through both heels, lengthen my spine. I'm gonna roll up my inner thigh here if I can of my lifted leg, any amount. Get strong in both legs, maybe come onto my fingertips. Breathe. And then maybe find my balance if I want to. Trying to find balance between my two hips, balance between my chest moving forward and my heel moving back, balance between my standing leg being nice and straight, and hands back down. Release that leg. Inhale, get long. Exhale, release the head. Release the arms. Let go. A couple of breaths. Hands to the tops of the hips. Inhale up, long straight spine. Hallelujah. Okay, so next we're going to take that into Ardha Chandrasana, and I'll show you what I mean. So first we're going to come here again, just like we did. Feet should be right beneath the hips, spine should be nice and long. From there, I'm going to come onto my forearms. Again, nice long spine, nice straight legs. I'm going to lift up my left leg and try to get strong in that. Then I'm going to take my right forearm across my chair and I'm going to lift this left hand up to my left hip. I'm going to get strong in my standing leg and then I'm going to see, this time, can I stack my hips? Can I stack my hips? Can I stay strong in my standing leg? And can I put one hip in front of the other and lengthen the back of my neck and breathe and lengthen my torso and reach out through my heel. My standing leg is externally rotating, so my inner thigh is rolling toward my outer thigh. And I'm breathing. And then maybe, just maybe, I can lift my arm. This is so good for the hips. Oh my goodness, and it's good for your balance. And I even think it's kind of fun, but you might not. Deep breath in. Exhale, top arm down. Level the hips. Release the leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, head down. Let go. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Inhale up with a long, straight spine. Good. And then we're going to do the second side. I'm going to move my chair. You don't have to, just so you can see what I'm doing. Same operation. Feet together to begin with. beneath your hips, long straight spine. Come onto the forearms. Long straight spine. Strong legs. This time I'm grounding through my left foot, and I'm gonna let my right one come up. Uh-oh, I'm a little too close to the wall. So there I go. Good. And my left forearm is gonna kind of go crisscross on the chair. I can use my right hand onto the chair seat to start to peel myself open, to stack my hips, to start to roll my belly up, to start to roll my heart up, and stack these hips. Reach out through the heels. This inner thigh is rolling out. This hip is up. And then maybe I can lift my arm up. Gotta lift my leg up more. I gotta lengthen my torso and roll my heart up. Maybe I might be able to crack a smile. Maybe not. And breathing, of course. Am I breathing enough? Is there a balance between my inhalation and my exhalation? Am I steady? And then I'm gonna take my top arm down. I'm gonna level my hips again. And I'm gonna take the leg down. I'm gonna inhale and I'm gonna get long in my spine. I'm gonna exhale and release my head and release my arms. Maybe let there be a little bend in my legs. And then when I'm ready, hands to the tops of my thighs. I'm gonna inhale up with a long straight spine and roll it out. Good. So that was an exciting little undertaking. So now I'm gonna move my chair aside. And let's see, what will we do next? I think what we're gonna do next is we're gonna stand here and we're gonna bend the knee, and I'm gonna bring my arm out as if I had a little serving tray in it, and I'm gonna see if I can get my ankle from the inside. And I'm gonna think about leveling these hips again, lifting my chest up, stretching this quadricep muscle, externally rotating this arm and lifting it up. Good, and breathing. Now being strong in my standing leg, I'm gonna lift my heart more, and I'm gonna start to lift my back toes a little bit as I come forward, keeping my heart nice and lifted if I can, and my standing leg nice and strong. Just any amount. Keep lifting those toes. Keep breathing. Offer your heart up to something good. See that thing that you're bringing in for balance. And then inhale, come on up. Exhale, release the foot. Release the arm. And shake out your standing leg. Good, we'll do the second side. Find your little serving tray. Root down through the left leg, lift the right one. Find that inner ankle. Level the hips, lift the heart and chest. Breathe. Just finding your balance here might be enough. You might even need to hold on to the wall, and that is totally okay. Being exactly where you are today and seeking balance, being open to balance, being open to what balance would look like for you. And then externally rotating your arm, let's inhale it up. Opening to something higher, greater, more beautiful. Lift your heart and chest. And then start to come forward. There's a slight kicking up through your back toes. Your heart is staying lifted as you are coming forward. You're strong in your standing leg. You're offering your heart up. You're breathing deep and steady. And then inhaling to come up. Exhale, release the leg, release the arm. And shake it out. Oh yeah, great. So now we're gonna come on down and wind it down. We've worked kind of hard today. Not terribly hard, but hard enough. Hard enough to just chill out. So let's do that. Let's come down. Let's use our core. Our, balance is so much about our core. So just let your hands come out and slowly curve your spine down, letting your core let you slowly down until you come all the way down to the ground. Good. And then once you're there, just let your neck gently go from side to side. And then let it seek its balance right in the center. Good, and then let's just cross this left ankle over our right knee and just weave our hands in to a figure 4 stretch here. And bring this right thigh toward the chest. Sometimes I'll use my left elbow to guide my left knee away from my shoulder. And sometimes I'll even straighten this leg a little bit or not. But just gently, maybe rock from side to side. The closer you bring the leg into the chest, the deeper the stretch is going to be. Let your belly be blossoming with breath as you go here. Deep belly breaths. Good. And then just, we'll let the foot go back down, the arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, think about this toe here as an arrow that's just going to land on the earth. Good. And just coming into like a little twist here. And we'll inhale to come up. We'll uncross that leg and cross the other one. Weaving in figure 4 stretch. Oh yeah, maybe gently rocking and moving. Maybe guiding, this knee away from this shoulder. Breathing into your outer hip. And then keeping the arms out to the side, this foot becomes the arrow. Deep breath in, we'll exhale and we'll let it land. Into a nice little twist. And then inhaling back up to the center, exhale, uncrossing those legs. Let's have the knees bent, but the feet as wide as our mat. And we're just gonna do some nice little windshield wipering, dropping both legs off to one side, inhaling them up, exhaling them to the other side slowly. And during this time, we're gonna try to align our breath with our movement, inhaling and exhaling equally with balance. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Inhaling up, exhaling down at your own pace. And then dropping both legs off to one side. So I'm dropped off to my right. So I'm going to take my right ankle on top of my left knee and deepen my stretch a little bit for a moment. Releasing that foot, inhaling up, Exhaling off to the left. Taking the left ankle onto the opposite knee. And breathing. Releasing that foot, inhaling to the center. We're going to exhale into our final rest, Shavasana. Feet as wide as the mat, hands by the side, 45-degree angle. Taking a moment to seek balance from head to toe, finding balance in the base of your skull, finding balance in your shoulder blades as they rest and move downward. Balance in the backs of your arms and forearms and hands. Balance in your back muscles from side to side, upper back, middle back, and lower. Balance in through the buttocks, equal from side to side. Backs of the legs, heels. Balance in the way that your feet are splaying out to the sides. Complete balance from head to toe. And then just a surrendering of this body to this earth. Surrendering to what is. Just releasing all resistance and just allowing everything to be just as it is. And just allowing your exhalations to help you to relax a little deeper onto your mat. Softening your face and your head. Allowing your thoughts to soften. And your mind to open. And your entire beingness to just be. Bringing a little gentle movement back into your fingers and toes. You can gently bend the knees. Go softly to your right side. And very gently press up to find a seat. Taking your uncustomary cross of your legs. And then taking your hands to your heart center. Gently bowing your head to your heart. Being open to the balance between your thinking, rational mind and your knowing heart. And thanking yourself for showing up and practicing and finding this place of peace within. Peace in one's heart, peace in the world. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll look forward to next time. Keep seeking that balance.